Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Bourbon Beer and Basketball. This is the season finale. They say all good things must end, and unfortunately, the basketball season is over. Spring football is right around the corner. Many spring games kicking off this month, and the UFL going on right now. So stay tuned. We might have some fun shows for all that and some hockey. Dom and I may be getting into some hockey stuff coming into playoff time. So there's plenty of sports still to be had over everything. Welcome, TikTok viewers. If you want to be part of the show and have your comments put on air, head on over to youtube.com, search Bronco Nation Updates, subscribe, and put your comments over there and we'll get them up on air. Otherwise, you can post them in here, and I will try to get to them. But let's get our panel in. We're down a couple. Johnny Yates, he has a basketball banquet tonight for his high school team that he coaches, and Josh Fife has a baseball game for his kids. So he may be on a little bit later as well. But for now, we've got it 5'7" from Boise, Idaho, my friend and co-host of Bronco Nation Live and founder of Blue Elevation, Mr. Nick Wade.
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. All right. And our resident big man, the biggest man we could find, at 6'2" from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, founder of the Sunbelt Syndicate, Dominic Cressetto.
Woo woo! Biggest man you could find is only 6'2". I'll be the smallest guy on the court still.
And at 5'9" from Columbia, Pennsylvania, gamer extraordinaire and founder of River Shark Gaming, Casey Wick, who's muted.
I love how it mutes itself. Sam, did you mess with my setup?
Yes. All right, fellas. It's been a year, right? I mean, this ups and downs and teams that should win lose and teams that shouldn't lose win. What do you guys make of this season? That's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, let's get into some brand shout outs. Nick, our resident designated driver. What kind of fun brews do you have on the table tonight?
I just got the home brew still. Some black, strong coffee. Drank a lot of that this season. I've needed it to put up with you guys. So,
it would have been absolutely hilarious if you pulled up a bottle of bourbon or something that says, you know what? The season warrants this. Except your season went great. You won the Bourbon Beer and Basketball Draft Challenge. For those that don't know, we drafted all the non-power conferences so that give some love to the little guys throughout the year. So we followed all of them, and Nick ran away with the show. I think we're going to make sure that the Big East is not considered a non-power conference next year. But Nick would have won it, but he came in second place, unfortunately, because UConn did lose the national championship. So we have to subtract those points from his total.
Nice. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. No, Nick won the challenge. Casey, you came in second, actually, with your Miami actually gave you 1 point more than Dominic. Dom came in
not
third.
So nice.
I was fourth, Josh was fifth, and Yates, he wins the dumpster fire trophy as well
Always
as the number
last.
one. Yeah, as well as the number one overall pick next year. So that's good. Dominic, actually, no, let's go Casey since he did come in second. Casey, what are you drinking?
Tonight, nothing too crazy. Got a ghost peach flavored energy drink because it's been a week and it's only Wednesday.
Nice.
Yeah. Friday we'll be drinking heavily.
Tell you about my week. I thought yesterday was Wednesday, so that gives you an idea how my week's going.
That's
I was hoping Monday was Friday, but yeah.
Don't we all?
Those weeks.
This is a 6-day week for me, so it's even worse.
Oh. All right, Dom. As our third place finisher, what do you have on the table?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm actually kind of going the way of Casey tonight. I was really, really tired, so I thought the alcohol might do me in. But so I am taking in a little Easter candy and pairing that with a little Prime. No,
Oh,
but got one of those. I will shout out the brand that I've been drinking on most of the week
Yeah.
or most of the year, which is Cook's Mill from Catawba County. A little born in, well, I wasn't born, but at least raised mostly there of my life. And so, yeah, shout out the guys from little Catawba County, right outside Hickory, North Carolina, Cook's Mill. So that's the American straight bourbon whiskey there, fellas.
All right. Well, we've had, there's comments. Let's go to comments. We have a guy from Brazil.
Oh, nice.
Welcome to the show. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but there you go. Yeah, let us know who's your NFL team. Who are you excited to see playing over in Brazil, or who have you gone to see playing over in Brazil? Let us know. We'll be happy to talk to you about them. Kinda. I mean, it is basketball, but we can still talk football. I think everybody here is football fans.
I feel like the one thing, Sam, all of us know now is football, basketball. There's no off season anymore. It's always transfer portal
Right.
and NIL is, and so like it's never over. The talk of any sport feels like it's never over in college sports now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've had 3 breweries that donated to the show, at least to me anyway. So I'm going to take a minute to talk about them. We had 3 Nations Brewery out of Carrollton, Texas, donated the most to the show. Love those guys over there. Great food, great beer. They have a bourbon barrel aged stout that I was gonna have for tonight, but I'm on the road, and that's something that you don't want to drink alone. And so, it's something you want to share. It's that special of a blend. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have that one tonight, but I do have this Symbol Brewing. It is from 3 Nations, a collaboration with them. This Double Dribble IPA and this Mystic Seltzer. If you like grape soda, that one tastes like grape soda and beer. So if you've ever wondered what a hoppy grape soda tastes like, get you one of those. Another brewery, I don't have a beer for them. I basically grabbed all the beers that I had left over from trying all the beers that I've tried. But another brewery, Backstory Brewing Company out of Sulphur Springs, Texas. Great people over there as well. Josh Nine does leather work. Good stuff all around. Great people out there. Great food as well, and some really smooth beers out there. And then my hometown brewery, Oil Horse Brewing Company in Longview, Texas.
You got a poltergeist over there?
Jeez, something. They're anyway, Oil Horse Brewing Company out of Longview, Texas. They also donated to my brother's benefit a few years back. So he's my brother, the one that has the theme song that we have for this show. My brother composed it and created it. So they hold a special place in both mine and Pop's heart. So yeah, that's that. But I'm going to start the night with the beer for people who like beer, the Bombshell Blonde out of the Southern Star Brewing Company in Conroe. There it is, Conroe, Texas. It's a 5.4 American Blonde Ale. So that's what I'm going to start with tonight. And you losers and your non-beer drinking. Great stuff. TikTok, there you go. Conroe, Texas. If you like American Blonde Ales, that's a good one to go out on.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you this important announcement from the Emergency Sports Broadcasting Network. Weak constitutions should seek shelter immediately. Pop is about to pop off.
Pop's about to pop off. I joined this show. Everybody gets to talk, so intelligent. Oh, that power forward does so good. Oh, they're too quick on the backside. Oh, if they can slow it down, they might have a chance to win. Did I get a chance to tell anybody Michigan would go all the way? No, I didn't get a chance to do that. What do I get? I got to pop off. I don't get to be a regular person. I have to be some kind of a butt stain. I'm drinking Crown Royal. Anybody else want to join me? Have at it. It's good on a Wednesday night. But I do have something. I went to what used to be one of my favorite restaurants tonight. Went in there, ordered the steak. Everything got around. The steak, they used that stinking smoked sauce on. It was a lower cut of beef. It was the highest price you ever seen. None of it was worth the money. And they used to have, the only reason I'd go there, an 8-layer carrot cake. Oh, it was delicious. So I thought, oh, I'll tough it through this piece of horse meat, get down to my carrot cake, and I'll enjoy it. Got down to it. What was it? A little puny 3-layer apple spice cake that had carrots thrown in it, and you had to get somebody to go on Lost and Found to figure out where the frosting for the stinking thing was, and I paid a premium price for it. And the place is going to remain nameless, but they asked me, would you like a box for your leftovers, sir? I wouldn't feed this to my dog. What do you mean? Put it in a box and take it home? No, I didn't do that. And then what happens? I get a call at the last minute. Hey, I got you set up on your phone. You're going to be able to be on the show tonight. And I says, I thought I got the night off when you were off in Little Rabbit, Australia, working job and stuff. I don't have time to learn all this tech. He goes, I got it set up. You push the button. You're going to be on the show, and I don't want to hear anything of it. It's elder abuse. I tell you, I'm being abused. But I did push the button, and here I am. And since this is the last show that I probably will ever be on, since everybody's going hither and yon their own directions, I just want to say to the bunch of you, you have made my life a better place to live for having known you. I love your input. I love your logics, even though most of you got your heads up your butt. It's still, you can see where your logics are at. You can see where your picks are at. I can hardly wait for football to start so that I've got something that I'm interested in to actually think about. And did somebody see where there's some highfalutin coach somewhere that decided that there ought to be a high school draft to get the kids into college football? And all of you turds just said, oh, it ain't never going to happen. You can't do that. What a stupid idea, you long-haired, white-bearded fool. You don't know nothing. Yeah, well, there's another coach out there thinking the same thing, so stick that in your pipes and smoke. But I love y'all. That's it. I'm done.
Well, the good news is, Pop, Dominic and I are doing some hockey stuff, and I know you love hockey a whole lot more than you love basketball, so we can get you in on that too.
Yeah, well, you can go puck yourself. You're the only one on there that I got any respect for. I read all of your posts and stuff, and you've got my admiration and respect. I wish I was half the man you appear to be. How tall are you?
6'2".
Okay.
I'm 5 foot nothing, man.
You're 5 foot nothing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you learn anything from watching our shows over the season, at least?
Dominic's very good in his presentation of the information that he has. Nick's probably the most sincere. Wick, not John, needs to speak up more and get his face out of the shadows.
What?
I really enjoyed the input of everybody. I would say that I felt like my son was the best of the entire panel, but then that would be biased. And Lord knows I don't want to have a biased opinion, but the fact is, it's true that he carries the show. Without him, the rest of you would just be wannabes.
Did you watch the Illini episode?
Oh, the only thing I could say is he needs to drink less on Wednesday night.
All right, Pop. I know you've got a lot going on right now, and you're going to be doing a bunch of traveling this summer within the next week or so, even. So we'll have to catch up with you on your travels throughout the rest of the time that we go live. But
Hey, I'm going to want to get up and see all you guys too. So I'll be in South Carolina. I'll be in Boise at some time or another. Where are you at?
he's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. I drilled a bunch of oil wells in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You know what? I went to sleep one night and they said there was going to have 6 inches of snow. I woke up the next morning. There was 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Jeez.
In Pennsylvania. That was you didn't just drill. You had to have a dog sled to get from the company man shack out to the rig. But since I lived in Alaska, I knew how to mush them. And so, he, get out there and, take some donuts out to the guys trapped on the rig. And we survived. I was in a flood one time and we were all in a doghouse and the doghouse floated away. And we're up on the roof, looking and looking and looking. I mean, it was days. We'd run out of food. And all of a sudden, we bumped into a boat. And help, let us up, let us up. There's a big ship. It was made out of wood. We climbed up on the top of it. And all I could say is, thanks, Noah.
I was waiting for that one.
There was something at the end of that. And there it was. Oh, man.
Anyway, I'll see y'all. It's been fun. Thanks, guys. How do I turn this thing off?
Don't press the end stream. Oh, I don't think you have an end stream button.
Only I can do that.
Pop, before you go, let's get who you think is going to win the national championship in NCAA men's basketball next year from a guy that follows it only because he watches this show.
Who's your favorite team, Dominic?
No. You pick.
I don't even know their names. Okay, Boise State.
All right, there you go.
There you go. Got it.
You heard it here first. Boise State's winning the national championship in basketball next year.
I like that.
It's not yet. It's
like
not
that
Yates, so he can't jinx it.
Yeah.
All right,
Raiders are gonna take the Super Bowl next year on the backs of their running back.
I believe it.
Who's blocking for him?
Turnaround.
Who's blocking for him?
He doesn't need blockers. 90% of his yards is after contact. So
It
Yeah, I
really
mean
is.
he did have the senior year he was the league's or the NCAA's leading rusher, and then his yards after contact was the second leading rusher,
Mhm.
and yet he still didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah. Scam.
it's all about the money, man.
Uh-oh.
What's that? Do I need to
Oh no, don't get me
We
started.
interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you this important announcement from the Emergency Sports Broadcasting Network. Weak constitutions should seek shelter immediately. Pop is about to pop off.
It's about the money. You have to buy everything these days. A Heisman was bought. I'm not surprised if there wasn't money that changed hands to get the teams together to win the national championship. And probably the same thing happened in basketball to get that national championship. It's all about the money. And now we got the president weighing in saying, okay, I want Congress to act. A player can only play 5 years. We got to get a hold of this NIL. It has to be no payment beyond what the actual likeness is worth and all of that kind of stuff, then all of that is fine. But it's, even though he's a good president, that is crap. What it needs to be is what I said it should be in all of my previous rants. Get rid of the ESPN's monopoly on everything. Get the NCAA to have some cojones and actually do the things that they ought to do. Tell all of those diva whiny, I need my money while I'm in college assholes to wait until they graduate to make their money. Get college football back to being a kid's sport and not a man's pay for sport, and get the money out of it. Get it out of the Heisman. Get it out of every award that's coming in there and put it back down to where it's something that's on the field for the pleasure of the player, for the loyalty to the school, and for the pleasure of the fans, and get rid of this hopscotch and bull crap everywhere that it's got to go. Okay.
All right. So, anybody else got anything we can get another pop off on? I mean, we've already got 2 of them.
Yeah.
No, but I think
How
he
do
should
I
have his
shut
rant
this
sponsored
thing
by
off?
Crown Royal.
All right, Pop. I can actually remove you from the studio, so you don't have to push any buttons. So,
Love
love you too. Thanks for joining us.
You're my favorite oldest son.
I'm your only oldest son, so.
Well, that makes it easy. Yeah, I should have introduced you to the rest of these guys as something that came out of, you know
Yeah,
what.
but- yeah. All right.
Someone else is going to
Well,
end the
ladies
stream
and
now.
That was Pop. He popped off enough. So
See you,
we'll see you later, Pop.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
Love that guy. Now you guys know where I get it.
I don't think your rants are as bad as his. It's not that his rants are bad. They are
dang.
really, really Santa.
I wish he would have seen that. I can't even take a picture of it. Oh, I can use my work phone. Hold on. Somebody say something basketball related.
It would be better if she got on there and said, "He's an angry elf." Oh man. Just
I mean,
That's
I
a
agree with
great
most of what he says, except for the high school draft.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like the talent wise, I would like a draft. Sure, that'd be great. But you can't control, like, if a kid wants to do a certain, they want to go after a certain degree. You can't make them go to a school that doesn't have that degree or something they don't want to do. So, as long as this is, and obviously it's still a mockery of some sort with the educational system, but as long as that's still involved, you can't make a kid go to a school. So that's where it just doesn't seem to make sense. But I like the talent aspect. I do like that part.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the one thing that confuses me about all of this is you can go and join the service at 18. You can vote at 18, but you're not legally responsible enough to own a firearm or drink alcohol until you're 21. But at 18 years old, you can make millions of dollars in an NIL deal.
Yep.
None of it makes any sense about, how we determine whether you're mature enough to handle it or not. It's all money driven.
Yeah. And you get pulled into the dark world of NIL agents who tell you they're doing everything that's best for you, but really they're doing everything that's probably best for them. So you're already starting off on a bad foot. So,
but if you go to the University of Georgia, I can guarantee you one thing. 1, you're going to get a Dodge Charger, and 2, you're going to get all kinds of speeding tickets.
Yep.
Yeah, felony.
Only the really good ones get the felonies.
You do know that the Georgia Bulldogs got their new sports director, right? Yeah, Tiger Woods.
Oh, I knew. Right when you said that.
Dude, how do you do that twice in your lifetime?
Tiger Woods, you can do whatever you want.
And that's only twice that he's been caught.
Right.
True. Did you guys see the video, how stoned he was?
Yeah.
I don't think the dude knew his own name at that time.
Someone brought up a good
Well-
point too, because the part where they're telling him to touch his nose and do like one or two other tests, like he actually seems to be passing them. I'm not saying he's doing great, right? Like he definitely, like
Right.
you said, Casey, he's not in the right mind, but he's physically passing the tests that they're asking him to do. And someone brought up the point, like, hey, I know it's probably because he's like an elite, athlete, and it doesn't hit him as hard, but like, how many people would be upset if they're like, I did all the tests right, and you're still telling me I can't operate a vehicle? But
I still have ingrained in my brain the first time he got from the last time that he rolled, and they have him on video. He's like, raw. It's like
oh yeah,
something's off, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but like, isn't
Well-
he's dating a Trump though, isn't he? Like
Oh, I don't-
Trump's granddaughter or something.
I don't know. Well, he did call him apparently, but I don't know the
Yeah.
relationship of why that was happening. So that part I
That's
never
the
understood.
ultimate. Do you know who I am?
I'm gonna call Daddy
We'll
Trump
just-
on you.
I just got off the phone with the president. Wonder if that's gonna work, man.
Didn't seem like it did, I guess.
Nope, no, it did not. Hey, did you guys know that it's okay to drink alone now? A loan, as in Lone Pint Brewing. You're not going to be able to see it. Well, you can see the hollowed out stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh,
Lone
This
Pint.
is the Jabberwocky that I had. It's an Imperial India Pale Ale. We're going to go ahead and get the big one out of the way early. You imagine that's green and it looks really cool. It looks like a hop with wings and a sword coming out of its butt. It's called the Jabberwocky, and it is an 8.5. And it is pretty good. So we're going to pop that one open.
when you said about drinking alone, all I could think about is Adam Sandler and Billy Madison. When he's like, all the cool kids are peeing themselves. All the cool kids is drinking alone.
If peeing your pants is cool, call me Miles
Yep.
Davis.
Yep. All the cool kids is drinking alone. Just ask his daddy, Tiger Woods.
I like how you updated that one.
Roberto.
All right, fellas. Well, what? This show's great. We should just have a variety show. No rules. Just go.
You can only speak in movie quotes.
Right. Pity the fool.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Are you too good for your home?
Go to your home.
Tap it in. Tap it in. Tap, 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 tap. Price is wrong, Bob.
Yep.
What was you guys' favorite moment in the tournament? Besides Nick
Broke
getting
right
UConn
in,
to the
right back into
championship.
that one. Oh man.
ADHD is awesome.
Yeah. I-
Honestly, I gotta say, like Mullins' 3-pointer there to beat Duke. Like
Mhm.
I'm not even, but that's up there with Christian Leitner. Like that was a hell of a shot.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
That
quite
whole
a few in the
comeback
tournament.
was crazy.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there was a bunch of shots in the tournament that actually nobody really saw coming. But yeah, I mean, to pull up from what was it, 35 feet
Yeah.
with the game on the line, and it didn't even touch the rim. That was a heck of a
It-
shot.
If he was one step further back or one step forward, it misses.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then watching him in the championship game, he was not hitting anything.
Mm-mm. Nope. He used all his good karma on that one shot.
Worth it.
They're going to be a good team next year, though. They got some shooters on that team.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
they all
speaking-
stick around.
Speaking of Hartford, Connecticut, drove through it on my way to Boston and on the way back, and do not recommend there as a tourism destination.
Oh, so you will side with the people in Carolina who say that they should not get a hockey team back in Hartford, Connecticut.
Do they actually want to put a pro team in Hartford?
Well, they had so the Hurricanes, Carolina Hurricanes down here used to be the Hartford Whalers, and they all
Okay.
get mad because like they wear the jersey occasionally, and everyone's like, "Tch, Hartford's not it." They used to play in a mall. I'm not kidding. They played in a mall for a period of time.
Yeah. Nick and I know something about teams that play in strip malls and win games against people they shouldn't.
Mhm.
Did Boise do that?
No, we played Hawaii Pacific first game of the year.
Oh,
They play in a strip mall. Actually, they play at the YMCA. The college is in a strip mall.
wow.
Yeah.
Is that like where like Accepted got the whole, idea for the movie? Um,
Oh,
no,
man.
so we went up to Boston. We were actually going to go to the Bruins game, but we got up there at like 5 o'clock and game was at 7. So
Oh, you had time.
have you've never been up to Boston, dude? Like
I have not.
you'll be lucky at that time of day to go 10 miles in like 2 hours.
I'll just
Jeez.
walk it then. You'd be all right.
Like I-95 up there is literally 4 lanes and it was parked.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of people up there.
They've got a freeway down here in the Houston area, in the Katy, Texas area. I
Mm.
believe it's something like 24 lanes wide
What?
between the feeder roads and the main roads and the HOV lanes. And
I think I've seen like videos of that where like one lane that like feeds to it's like 2 lanes wide, and I think I've
Yeah.
seen. And no, thank you.
it's insane. And it's packed. During rush hour, it's packed. So
The one thing I will say about Boston is they might be the most friendly drivers in bumper to bumper traffic I've ever come across in my life, which is shocking.
I believe it.
Hmm.
They say
Yeah,
they
that's
save all their rage and pent up aggressions for their sports team.
Sporting events. Yep.
Yankees.
But I will say, like, if everybody's seen the movie Ted, with
Yeah.
the whole like hooking up with a Boston chick, I can attest that the accents are, they're
So
terrible.
you hooked up with a Boston chick while you were there?
I couldn't do it. like listening to him talk ruins it, man. Like, there's a lot of attractive women up there, and like we went to the bar after like our training session for work, and we're sitting there, and apparently this it was called the Chateau. Apparently it's like a chain up there, and we're sitting there, and we get beers, and she's like, "You guys want some bread and butter?" And we're like, people
Butter.
like eat butter bread while they're drinking alcohol. Like, that's the worst idea I've ever heard. But she's like, "Yeah, you want some bread and butter?" And it's like, yep, she went from being like an 8 to like a 4 just from talking. But I will say, like, there's a lot of like it's a very nice area. Texas, where you're at, Sam, has a lot of corporate business for with all the policies and stuff, and for Boston being in Massachusetts and all, like, the taxes they have a really good corporate tax rate, so it's
Yeah.
loaded with companies up there.
Hmm. Makes sense. You got to have some kind of draw when you're living a miserably cold place all winter long.
So you were Dom, you were up in PA, right? Like,
Yep.
actually, probably when I was up there, otherwise I was going to hit you up and grab a beer, but but anyway, we went up there and it was 60 degrees when we left, like, Pennsylvania. When we got up there, it was 39.
Jeez.
Wow.
And it rained and stayed like 40 the whole time. And then driving home when we got back into PA, like we finally hit the 60s again. And it's April. Like, I'm like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'd be angry too. I'd want to.
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of attractive women, but that accent it's atrocious.
It's a deal breaker.
Did you go to Cheers while you were there?
We were going to, so we were like, technically the town was called Woburn, which is like 30 minutes north of Boston. It's like 10 miles north, but it's with traffic. It's kind of like Texas. There's a lot of highways everywhere, but
Yeah.
we were going to, and then it's kind of one of those things like, do we want to take an Uber? And then we looked up the Uber prices, and it was like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying like $60 each way to just go have a beer at a place.
Yeah. Walk in.
Yeah.
Norm. They probably do that just to.
Probably. We did last night up there for dinner that we did go to a it was like Maki. It was like an all you could eat sushi place.
Yeah.
Sushi's
good?
awesome.
Oh, it was good. Okay.
No, like you could like literally order like General Tso's chicken and like a sushi roll, and then bring it out to you in a
Ooh.
plate. And like once they noticed you were like almost done with it, like what else?
Yeah.
And it's like
They got
okay,
one of those places. It's Mizuki's, I think, it's right down the road from where my hotel is right now. Great stuff, but you get a 2-hour limit, all you can eat for 2 hours.
yeah, theirs was 90
And
minutes, and it was like $36. So you're like, I gotta get my money's worth.
yeah, so
Dang.
sushi, Korean barbecue, fried rice, lo mein, everything
Ooh,
you could
Korean
want.
barbecue.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know what,
But I will.
guys? I will be back in an hour and a half.
Yeah, you should have done the show from there.
Take
Right?
us with you, Sam. Grab your TikTok.
Can you smell this?
Oh man, yeah. I will say though, like every time I go out of the state of Pennsylvania, like with the alcohol sales, it makes me mad.
Yeah, because it's so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Like you go to the grocery store because like we get up there and there's always something somebody forgets. Doesn't matter how well you pack, there's always one stupid thing you forget. For me, it was my my watch charger.
Hmm.
But we go over there and I'm like, oh my god, there's a whole aisle of nothing but wine, liquor, and beer. And like half of the one aisle was nothing but refrigerated beer. And I'm like, I can't even buy beer at the grocery store that I go to. Like, this is ridiculous.
Go tell Fetterman to help you out with that.
I don't know if it was the rear ending somebody on the turnpike drunk or the stroke, but he went from being a moron to actually having common sense. Like it's sad that like he is probably the most intelligent like congressman in the state of Pennsylvania, and definitely probably the most intelligent on that side of the aisle in Congress.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to kick him out. Honestly, I think they're going to find somebody else to go along with the party nomination.
Nick, what was your
Boom.
favorite moment of the tournament?
There was several.
Let me rephrase that.
One of
What was your favorite non-Yukon moment of the tournament?
okay.
We can narrow it down real quick.
Probably the whole Utah Valley drama going on in my WAC conference. That was really entertaining. It would have been even better if they would have found a way to win their conference tournament and then made it in, and so they could thumb their nose at the WAC on their way out. But that's probably one of them. But probably the two best moments are the ones that came out of the Big East and the Big Dance.
Yeah. Yeah, Villanova laid a turd for you, but St. John's and Yukon, they're the reason that you won.
Yeah, and probably the two best games of the whole tournament came from them, or at least top three.
Right. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have some
incoming
subs coming in. We have officially killed enough time talking about everything that's not really basketball related. So yeah, this kind of cool. So whenever they log in, we're just gonna call it a show at that point. We'll just be like, all right, it's nice talking to y'all. Let's no, but seriously. Casey, Notre Dame, not as good as basketball or their football team. I did want to ask you. I know he said we're going to be just a conversation kind of night, but I did want to get your opinion on what Notre Dame has to do to match that intensity of their football program.
clean house.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not, but almost all their decent players are in the portal. So, I mean, when your coach can't coach, but the whole reason they didn't fire him is because of how high his buyout is.
Yeah.
So I guess they're going to use some money to go after some players in the portal. The problem is Notre Dame actually requires the kids to go to school. So not a lot of players are going to want to go to that. Like, you're going to throw a lot of money at it.
Right.
Like, I didn't realize how many transfers Michigan had.
Yeah. the first team in NCAA history to start all 5 transfers.
I mean, have we officially gotten to the point where now like college sports is no different than like the Yankees and the Red Sox with buying championships? More so the Yankees, but
I think it's worse than baseball.
yeah.
Because it can happen
mean-
every single year. Like the Yankees and Red Sox can load up for a 2 or 3 year run, but it's going to end.
Right.
I don't know if it ends when you have these power conferences that can outbid every single mid-major team. You can outbid mid-major conferences in a single
Yeah.
team with their money. It's not going to be easy or
At some
fair
point,
on
though-
the smaller teams for a while.
At some point, though, the donor money's got to dry up, or they got to get tired of putting it out, right? Especially if they're not winning.
That
I think-
right there is the key.
Yeah.
As long as you keep
I
winning,
think
people are going to keep their own money.
Yeah, I was going to say the big guys that have the donors that are million or billionaires, that it's not going to hurt them for a while.
Yeah.
Whereas you're asking people from smaller public institutions that don't make a ton of money and have 2 or 3 kids to keep throwing money at a program that is not winning championships. You're going to lose those donor bases before you ever lose the million and billionaires. And then
Right.
it's going to get even worse.
Yeah.
I think I did see. I can't remember where it was. It was a really. The dude has a lot of money, like multi-billions. Pretty much said until like the team starts winning, he's going to stop donating. And
Yeah,
I'm sure
that
it'll
was,
come to me like
Who
I was
it
thinking
that
Mark
said
Cuban, but it wasn't Mark Cuban.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
Luke Combs from
Yes.
App.
Luke
It
Combs,
was.
that's-
I think it actually was Luke
Yeah.
Combs. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Luke Combs donates to App State. Let's quash that rumor that he doesn't give money. He just doesn't give money to the NIL fund, and for that I do not blame him one bit. You won't be getting $1 from me for NIL fund.
Hold on one second. Big
We got a
fan of
comment.
your work. Yes, this is live, and you should share it out to all your friends.
Nice.
And we're glad that it recommended to you on your front page.
Grab a
Means
beer
we're
and come
doing
join
something
us.
right. Yes, grab a beer, come join us. Let us know what you're drinking.
See, I think the biggest downside is, and we're all roughly the same age. When you were in high school, how much did they influence you to go to college?
A lot.
Right. And the whole point was to go to college and get an education. Like, so college was, now these kids don't even actually physically go to college. They live on the campus and take online classes so that they can play the sport year round.
Big fan.
like-
You just became we just became your big fan. So send it to both of your friends, and then you'll make 6 new friends, because we're about to bring on 2 of our other panel members at where am I at? There we go. At 5'10" from Twin Falls, Idaho, the our connoisseur of all things basketball and statistician superstar, Josh Fife.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's made it.
And
Woo.
also bringing
Is
up
that a
the
Braves
rear,
shirt?
some a position he's been used to all year long, from drafting to placement. At 5'8" from Plano, Texas, official USA Basketball Youth Development licensed coach and Plano West basketball coach, Johnny Yates.
Party people, I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here, and I didn't really appreciate your joke.
Oh, man.
Bringing up
Oh,
the
man.
rear.
Oh
Not
man,
nice being the butt of the joke, is it? Unintended.
gross. Anyway,
Man, I'm
what are we doing now that sports are done?
Well, we're about to take a break and then call it a night. So,
We're gonna go talk hockey, eh?
yeah.
There we go.
Easy Canada.
Yeah. hey, listen. We are the gold medalists in men's, women's, and sled hockey, baby. Canada no longer owns hockey.
USA. Well, fellas, since you're joining us a little bit late, let's go ahead and get your brand shout outs. Are you ready for them, or do you want to wait till after the break here in about 5 minutes?
Oh, I'm ready.
You ready? All right, let's shout them out then, Yates.
Yeah, because what I'm gonna do is just go back to an old faithful here, and get a little sucker punch from Three Nations. You know, that little
Nice.
watermelon ale. That's such a great and crisp little flavor right there. It's great for the summertime. Check them out. Oh yeah,
Always sounds crispy.
always.
And yes, that's the same Three Nations I shouted out earlier in the show. Great friends of the show gave Yates and I a bunch of stuff that one week. And then they said, you know what? You can pay for it from now on out. So we have.
You're like, you watched the show, you owe us double.
Josh, what do you got on the table tonight?
I'm going with a Coronado Brewing Company. It is called a Tiki's Pineapple Hazy IPA.
Ooh.
Pretty cool tiki can here. Speaking of summer, it's been nice weather in Twin Falls, so for us that feels like summer. And it's a limited release. I don't know how limited, but 6.8 Pineapple Hazy IPA.
Does it go on pizza?
Feels like
Yes.
you could dip your pizza in this beer. Yes.
Nice.
I gotta ask Josh how he's a big Braves fan all the way in Idaho out there.
I like it, man.
Well, listen, when you grow up with 3 channels and WGN and TBS are 2 of them, you went with Chicago or Atlanta. So I went with the Bulls on one side and Atlanta on the other. And then my son plays for the Braves this year.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to the Atlanta Braves of Twin Falls. We won in the bottom of the 6th on a game-winning single. Let's go.
Nice.
Nice. Are you coaching?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm
Nice.
doing. Yeah.
What's your
Coaching them to victories.
2-0, baby.
2-0? Nice. Yates, you
Watch
remember
that.
when
You're
you
gonna
were
come down here
2-0,
and take
right?
that job.
Yates, you remember when you were 2-0, right?
Long time ago.
So we've just been kind of chilling and talking about Pennsylvania, and you guys missed Pop. He popped off twice.
You did.
Sorry.
All right.
Maybe if he's watching, maybe he'll log back in. Pop, if you're watching, just go ahead and click that link again, and you can come in and pop off with everybody now, since you love doing that. I mean, you've said that we don't invite you on the show enough, so and you have adoring fans calling you Santa in the audience as well. So I mean, come on, Pop, come on back.
Pops told me he was making a trip to Twin Falls to buy me a drink at some point. When is this
Yeah.
happening?
He did say
Uh,
he was going to make his way.
Summer.
I recall
he's
that.
gonna be he's gonna be making his way all around the United States this summer. So going on a
Excellent.
road trip. Yeah.
To summarize though, Yates and Josh, we all suck and Sam's great. That's what Pop
Yes.
said.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, he
okay.
likes Nick too. He likes Nick too.
Well, that's because Nick won and he's a bandwagon guy.
Oh, good
Time
Lord.
out, though. I do want to bring up our little ESPN bracket tournament here.
Yeah,
Did
you
we
came
cover
in
that
second.
yet, fellas?
No,
We did
but you
not.
came in second.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Peace out.
I mean, you didn't
Good
win
first
you
loser.
didn't win the
Yeah.
draft challenge, so
Yeah,
I mean,
who cares? Nah,
sec-
who cares?
Second's just the first loser.
hey, yeah.
First one of
Josh,
these 6 losers. So what's that say?
since you have it pulled up, Josh, what's the name of the first place? I know it's like Christian Warren's or Warren Christian something or the other.
Yes. Hold on. It just challenge groups. It was W. Christensen.
Warren Christensen, congratulations on winning. As long
Smoke
as
us
you
all.
are subscribed to the channel, we will get in contact with you for your prize. This year, I mean, show's just starting out. We didn't want to go super extravagant with prize stuff and everything until we get any kind of sponsorship that would allow us to do that. So you are going to get a plaque, just like Nick's getting a plaque that says "You are good" with a basketball on fire. Yates is getting a plaque saying "You are bad" with the dumpster fire. But he also gets the #1 overall pick next year. So
So
He'll
who really
have that.
won this challenge?
and you're gonna get a plaque as well. So as long as you're subscribed to the channel, we'll get that out to you. Nick or I will shoot you a message and get your details. So I was not able to get them made prior to tonight. I tried, but I was not able to. But we will get them made and sent out to you. So congratulations again on winning that, and the prizes will get better as we get more popular. So share out to your friends, share out to your family, tell them to subscribe to the channel, and maybe next year we'll get some some good prizes going, more than just a plaque. So, guys, you coming in late. We've been kind of going over favorite moments of the year, favorite moments of the tournament. Not really a question and answer kind of deal. Just sitting here, conversation. That's how we got onto Pennsylvania and Cheers and travel. And then you guys came on and we decided, you know what, maybe we should start talking about basketball again. So,
You got the guy with the stats right here.
well, he's over there, but yeah,
Where I'm at, he's right there.
All right. So, what do you guys think? Since we've been doing most of the talking, why don't you two talk for a little bit?
Yates, take it away.
Favorite parts of the tournament.
Was it when Arkansas lost by 20?
We did have a couple of really fun games. That High Point game was one of the best games of the tournament between Arkansas and High Point. A lot of fun there. And then it wasn't as fun. Thanks, Arizona. Outside of that, really just watching some of the teams kind of outperform what their expectation might have been, like UConn making that run that they did in the tournament was a lot of fun, especially giving Michigan the best possible game that they could have given them. With the matchups, it looks like on paper it was one of those where, man, Michigan should run away with this, and they didn't. There's so many fun games in this tournament. I know that some people are against NIL and talking about how it kills the tournament because you don't have the 15 seed upsets, but at the same time, let's look at how these games have gone for the most part, outside of Michigan and Arizona whooping everybody until they didn't. So that was my favorite part, just actually getting to watch all of it.
It's kind of funny that people say, "Oh, we don't have the same tournament," whenever you have Siena almost taking down Duke.
And High Point
lost. Yeah. Well,
High Point, basketball, sports in general, but in this case, basketball is responsible for putting some schools on a map.
Yeah.
Before this tournament, there may be a handful of people that could have told you exactly where High Point University was. And now it's wait, they have this luxury resort type campus, and they chartered in their students on a plane. What? And now they have one of the higher enrollments from the tournament just based on all that. It's how many people knew where they were? Well, now you do. Thanks. Thanks, March.
Yep. But to the point, Siena almost beat Duke, who lost on a last-second Hail Mary to UConn, who took Michigan down to the wire. So, that's how close you are to a 16 seed making it to the national championship. So, and you got the transfer portal's got to help with that, because you got all these players that would go to the one-and-done schools and sit the bench for a year and then get to play, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't have to sit the bench to maybe get to play at a championship school.
Yeah, it was Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You can go to a second tier or even a third tier school, start, get your reps in, and then go play out of the transfer portal or go to the NBA or take your team on a run like San Diego State did a few years back. So, in that aspect, the portals help the game, where you could say the portal is the balance to the NIL. Because the NIL is going to take the players to the high paying schools, but the portal is going to take those players that are being replaced down to the mid tier schools that'll make the runs in the tournament.
Yeah, and it's when we were breaking down that High Point. I know I keep going back to them, but I looked a lot into them with that matchup, and they had a transfer that played 2 years at UConn, another one that played a year at Arizona, another one that started his career at Kentucky. It's you were getting high major D1 dudes that were playing. But then you had their point guard, Rob Martin, who was a Division III, Division II type guy, just because simply he wasn't 6'2".
Yeah.
He was 5'9", you know.
You know all about that. You know all about 5'9", right?
Not quite.
Almost.
I have to reach and jump for that.
He was the 3-point shooter?
Martin?
Yeah.
No, that was Chase Johnson. Rob Martin was the quick guard number 3 that they had, little point guard that nobody could stay in front of.
And that's still crazy to me. His very first 2-pointer, Johnston. Very first 2-pointer.
Game winning.
Yeah.
Or
I
game
mean,
stealing.
that's crazy. That's.
You want to know something else crazy?
Yeah.
Wake Forest cost about $60-some thousand a year to attend. Duke coming in close second to that. High Point is the third. High Point costs almost $50,000 a year for someone to attend.
Wow.
And yeah, like Yates said, that place, it competes with the best of the private institutions in the country. It is in little old High Point, North Carolina, but it is a hell of a school.
They have a steakhouse that they like once a week they get to eat at a steakhouse for free.
So they literally have a fake plane, not the whole thing, but like a portion of a plane set up so that you can sit in there and interact with, a high-ranking official or someone like higher up that you may not get to interact with on a regular basis, and they'll go in there and like practice an interaction on an airplane. Like they're setting up their people for like top level success. This isn't like, oh, you're going to go be a school teacher. Like, nah, this is like business, like real world networking. They're set up for all of it.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
We'll pick Suey.
All right. Well, I know
there's a dub for the University of Arkansas. Big Bill guy over here. Big Bill.
I know you two just joined us, but we've been here for an hour already, so we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, come back, get right back into it, crack a few more beers, and let the wieners that aren't drinking tonight talk about their brands for a little bit. So break out your Easter candy and your beers and bourbons and primes and waters and what else, and your brews, your home brews and all that. Break them all out. Get ready to come back. Leave us comments. Let us know what you're drinking, what you're snacking on, and what your favorite moments were this year in basketball. So we'll take a quick 2-minute break and be right back. right. Welcome back to Bourbon Beer and Basketball. I'm going to break out the gummies. These little pillable gummies, they're so cool.
You got the pillable ones again.
Yeah.
Pill.
Yeah, they got
It's
pills in
little-
them.
Little chick.
After last week, they might have pills in them.
They might.
All right. Well, Pop just sent me a text. But he sent it to my work phone instead of my personal one, so I can't look at it on my computer. Pop, fix that. My favorite moments of Bourbon Beer and Basketball are the highlight of every show on which he appears was most definitely Pop Pops Off.
Girl
All right.
saying.
Pop, you you could have logged in and said that. You didn't have to text me. We got the whole crew here now. They want to see you. All right.
Sam, I want to make some points or some
Yes.
questions for the panel, and I'm just
All
curious what everybody's thinking. I had a conversation with former high school buddy who's now a coach, and kind of Yates lives in your world of high school coaching. But
All right. While you do that, I'm going to crack open this double dribble that I featured last week or the
excellent.
week before.
When it comes to NIL, portal, all that stuff.
Yep.
We had Siena play close. Cal Baptist played Kansas close. Furman played UConn close. Utah State took out Vanderbilt. I'm not going to throw Big East with the Power Fours, but they're up there. We had lots of close games, right? High Point, so on and so forth. Does the NIL actually, in some weird way, create more incentive for the D2, D3 kids who now have, I don't have to make the NBA to get paid. All I got to do is get to a D1, make my 2 or 3 years worth, and I can set generational wealth for my family. So it incentivizes thousands of more kids to put in that extra. Maybe I'll get there. It's a whole new level of maybe I'll get there than it was before. I don't know. It's just something that came up in several conversations that I've had. I'm curious as the panel, what you guys think.
I mean, I think that's pretty accurate to say of like there is much more incentive to work your tail off and get as good as you can just because you might get picked up from somebody that needs a guard or a big, we mentioned Wake Forest earlier, so I'll throw them out there. Like Wake Forest needs a point guard. Okay, well, we can get X amount of dollars for this kid that's playing at North Dakota State that might have never had that opportunity prior to that. So, I mean, I think that's definitely something. But on the flip side of that, makes it really hard for high school kids. It's the hardest it's ever been for a high school senior to play at the next level.
Completely.
And
Funny
now
you
with
should mention North Dakota State.
I was just going to say, because Boise, I mean, and maybe not even a Michigan State, but like Boise State picked up Wheeler Thomas from North Dakota State, who maybe I don't know, maybe Nick and Sam, you guys have more insight. They were getting some P4 looks. I think he said that on a couple local shows, but he maybe was not going to have a shot. And now Boise State throws him, a couple 100,000, where I don't imagine North Dakota State was throwing him that much. So
nope.
I like that benefits hugely from this moment.
And shameless plug, Nick and I actually have him on Bronco Nation Live tomorrow night right here at 8
Sweet.
o'clock, 7 o'clock. What time is it, Nick?
7 Mountain Time.
Pillable gummies.
So 8 o'clock my time. There we go.
Those gummies react fast, man.
Yes, they do.
Oh man, I see what Josh is saying, and I hadn't really thought of it quite in that respect. I still think of it as a negative overall, but only because to some point you're kind of insinuating that there's a ladder to climb. But if you have to take multiple jumps on that ladder, then there's really no. It's not like building a team; it's building an individual. And I think that the thing that we want to see as fans is like the team, right? Like we want to have the guys that we like come back next year. We want to see them succeed together because they build together. And the NIL doesn't reward that really. I mean, it can work out that these guys gel really well and it works out for this 1 year. and then it gets torn apart. Because if you have a successful year, guess what? You're a lot likely to have another successful year, unless you're a Duke, Kansas, Arizona, where you can pay for some of the best rosters in the sport. So I do like that aspect for individuals. I do think that makes sense. And like specifically, we talked about other things. So I'll talk about the Sun Belt. They've been really successful. Some of their best players, their standout players the last 2 years have come from junior colleges.
Mhm.
So those kids are getting their shot. The bad side is they've proven that they're good enough to play and compete Division I basketball in the Sun Belt. And guess what? Next year they're gone.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword. It's good in one respect, and it's still bad in another. But it is great for the individual, and that part is really important for some people that haven't had generational wealth in their families and can't and aren't likely to do it in NBA sense.
Yeah. And I'm with you, Dom. I don't think it's good for the overall structure of how things are going. And when the NCAA released how many portal transfers are in on day one, over 50% of college basketball players are in the portal. What?
So,
that blows my mind.
Well,
Yeah,
and it's
and
just
not
kind
all
of
of
the
them are
way
coming
things
out, though.
are. This is where, this is going to sound bad, but the fans also have to be able to keep up and catch up with what the times are.
Yeah.
Right. It's just what it is. Like all the coaches have to adapt to that. Like junior college coaches have already adapted to ever-changing rosters. It's always been that way at a junior college, right?
Yeah.
But now it's just flipped into your other schools. And Oakland coach Greg Campy was on a podcast, and it's some of the stuff he said. They asked him like, "Man, what's it like? Building a program over 40 years?" And we don't build programs anymore. We build teams.
Yep.
You build your team year by year. So I think it's just having to adjust to what the time is. It's like being a fan of a pro sports team. A lot of people, you like the Mavericks or you like the Lakers or whoever you like. Your roster doesn't really look the same from year to year.
Yeah,
you may have one or two guys, but for the most part, it's changed.
I think the biggest downside to it. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, you go, Casey.
I was just gonna say, I think the biggest downside to it is the money. Like, it's great for the individual and the families that come from it, but these kids are jumping schools year to year to year. You're not actually getting an education.
No.
Correct.
So how many percentage-wise of these kids are going to get this money, and 5 years from down the road, they're living on the street because they blew it?
Yeah.
Like, we're actually failing our youth by doing this the way we're doing it, even though it does make for some very, great talk shows and all that. It's just like you said, Josh, like, what are we doing if 50% of the kids are transferring?
Yeah. And
there's no loyalty.
Somebody brought up on one of the ESPN talk shows, I don't remember who it was, how many of these kids now have a foundational home base to where they don't make the NBA, they don't make a European league. Can they go back and start a business where they have name recognition? Because if they've transferred to 4 schools in 4 years, nobody in that university town is going to care about them. Like you might, let's say an RJ Keene, for example, at Boise State. He was there for a long time. If RJ came back and started a business, people are going to him because of a name recognition. But with 5 schools in 5 years, people forget real quick who you were. And that's really sad for those kids, to your point, Casey. It's not an education, and it's not a foundational setting for the rest of their life. Because also, to your point, Casey, how many of these kids are having a financial advisor sit down with them and say, okay, you made your $750. What are you going to do with that money now? Because it could go real quick.
Yeah. Agent gets his cut, Uncle Tom gets his cut, Yeah.
And just to get some unpacking of what you three just said, I'm a fan and a media guy, and I like to interview people that have a legacy, people who are Hall of Famers in the school. And, my fear is that that's going to go away. And so as Johnny was saying, as the fans, we have to adapt, right? So now I do enjoy the free agent market. It does remind me a lot about, like baseball, right? Baseball has always been predominantly free agents, plug in somebody that you need. So that's where, especially with mid majors, where there's a lot of coming and going now. we've seen players come from Power 4 schools who have limited experience, who like with Boise State, we had a center come from Kansas just a couple years ago, complete bust, right? And then you have like a player that came from Indiana Wesleyan, from Division II, came great. So, that's part of this. As a fan, getting used to stuff like that. Football's kind of got me acclimated to this, and now we're seeing more of it in basketball. But as a fan, I like legacy. I like the Chris Childs of Boise State, who come back, who they have name recognition. He could come back to Boise, and most people would know who he is. But you have
knocked out Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Knocked out.
But,
People love that. People love it. You let them know what's up.
Just a little exaggeration.
Yeah. But it is this the current system here is driven for the player to nowadays it doesn't matter if they go pro anymore, because they can make the money while they're in college. And I don't know, I just think part of me is sad because of that, because I like to interview future Hall of Famers, or people who have been great in school history. I mean, I have friends who are Hall of Famers from Boise State, and I think that there's something really special about that. And I think probably as this goes along, I think players might come back around and see where legacy is more important than currency.
Did you guys, Sam and Nick, did you guys talk, or everybody, I guess that was there, talk about the Yahoo News today with the 5-year proposal? Did that come up at all?
Not
So
yet.
5 years of eligibility from their 19th birthday or high school graduation. That's what Yahoo's reporting from the NCAA. So I think there's some movement on getting some guardrails in place, which I think we all can agree needs to happen. What that looks like, who knows, but something to control this vehicle that's careening towards a cliff.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the mid-major fans are starting to bow out, I feel like, just because it's too much.
Yeah, kind of like I said before, I think that's just what happened was, NCAA got tired of hearing about things. So they said, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few stats for you. Approximately 30% of the D1 athletes in the portal do not find a new D1 program.
Wow.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
And 45% of those that enter the portal may not play basketball at all the next year. So there's only about a 50% success rate, or 50% of them actually enroll in the school that they go to. So,
yeah.
So do you have any stats on the percentage dip we see in high school recruiting as well? Because Yates, I'm sure you're maybe on a small scale seeing that where you're at, but how many
it's
high
not
school
small. There's a
kids
portal.
are getting looked at?
Oh, there's a high school portal. It's
Yeah.
not a small thing.
Yeah.
Like with like the prep schools that pop up, like Dallas had DFW area has at least 4 of them that I know of, that are pretty big, like Dynamic Prep, Faith Family that won the national title for the prep schools. Was it last year? I think 24, 25. Those are just 2 of them. So there's a kid that was at one of the Plano schools. I'm not going to say which one it was, but it was West. A couple of years ago, that was, a D1 level prospect, chose to go to one of these prep schools because you're getting more college coaches going into those practices than are coming to high school games at the moment, or high school practices.
All I want to make sure I get the Yahoo thing correct too. Also, it said no waiver requests, red shirts, or exceptions will be permitted except for a small group of outliers: maternity leave, military service, or religious missions. So it's pretty much 5 years, whether you're injured or not. That's what you get.
Josh, wasn't it always 5 years to do your 4 of eligibility? Like you could redshirt a year.
COVID changed that.
Well, yeah, I know COVID changed it, but like that was like supposed to be a temporary thing, and then they've all been suing the NCAA and winning. So essentially, the NCAA has no power because the courts keep overruling it.
Yeah,
and like I said, I think that's where the NCAA went. Go ahead, figure it out.
I don't think they did. I think they just eventually they have no power, so they don't even try anymore. It's sad, honestly, because they're supposed to be the enforcement, and then as everything else goes, government got involved and pretty much ruined it.
So basically, Josh, to answer your question, I can't find anything that has any percentage of high school drop off, but the scholarships are basically used for the portal experience, bringing those people in. With the trickle down effect, FCS D2, D3 schools now utilizing the portal to pick up their players rather than bringing in high schoolers. And if you can't show that you can immediately contribute to a program, you're not likely going to get recruited out of high school. It says here that high school athletes are now encouraged to have an open mind and explore all levels of play, as the D1 or nothing mentality is no longer sustainable for many. So you're basically, if you're not a McDonald's All-American, you might as well be looking at D2 or lower, or the lower tier of the Division I, just to get in the reps, to be seen, to try and get picked up out of the portal.
And I think one thing that gets forgotten in that is how many foreign players are coming over as well, because how many rosters had 5 to 10 guys. I know we talked about it on one show. I can't remember what team it was. They had like Illinois, half the roster was kids from Europe.
The Illini. I just want to make sure y'all know that.
Hey, glad you found out.
Well,
I mean, Yates, what did Cal say about the eligibility, about the records? Like, there's really no way to verify them. So, like, the dude literally theoretically could be 30 years old and he's a high school graduate.
Yeah, that's where he's saying, you got these guys that are 26-year-old, 3 kids, a mortgage on their second marriage, and playing against 18 and 19-year-olds.
Which this NCAA rule that came out today, if they implement that, 5 years from 19 years old, so you would see that go away. 24 would be your oldest kid, except for missions or whatever.
Is that like across the NCAA, or is that like only like U.S. birth?
That was according to it was Ross Dellinger via Yahoo that was reporting on that. It was the whole NCAA. So,
well, the problem with some of this stuff is like there's not a single aspect of sports, not just basketball, but this works really well for basketball, that rewards us continuing to do things the right way, right? So a player is incentivized to leave because of their single soul success. So they get rewarded with more money if they move up, right? And so the same with a coach. And a coach also has to worry about, if I don't win, I could be fired. It only takes 1 year anymore. If a program that believes that they should have won loses, UNC to VCU, gone.
So,
I mean, I know there was some rumors that UNC wasn't really happy with Hubert Davis before that, but like that shows right there. I mean, look at his record, and he still got fired.
Yeah.
So he can't afford to say, I'm going to build a roster with kids who really want to be here. From the high school level, we're going to have them for 4 or 5 years. You can't even do that. Like, it doesn't make sense, because you could literally lose your job. So nobody's going to go backwards because you can't afford to. So like fans that think it's going to change, it's not going to change. Like Yates said, you have to accept it. The only thing I'll say with Yates's point is, like, pro teams kind of, change every year. The one thing that's really big and different with college is the best teams with the best players are sometimes the ones that are moving on. So you've got your role players that are going to change every year on a pro team. That's true, because those guys are on 1 or 2 year deals all the time. But your stars are always on longer term deals. college stars aren't on any deals.
Correct.
They can move whenever they want to. So, like, if we can at least, I don't know, copy the pro model. Like, hey, this guy we're going to pay him a lot of money, but he's signed here for 4 years and he has a contract that he can't break. Okay, now we know he's going to stay. And the little role players, yeah, you can have smaller deals. So maybe that's where we need to go. I don't know.
Yeah. And Dom, to your point, think back to Hubert Davis, his first year. He took an 8 seed UNC to the national championship game against Kansas, lost by 3, and 3 years later, he's gone.
Yeah.
There is no hope. And if you don't continuously win, and I would honestly say that's true in some high school world. Maybe Yates, maybe you see that in Texas more, but maybe not so much in Idaho for us Idaho people. But big time high school programs, if they're not winning quick, I would bet those coaches are on the cutting block too, pretty fast.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that as much at the high school level, at least, public high school, I'll say. It might be different in private schools. Can't really speak on that world. And the prep schools, for sure, you have to win.
Yeah.
But like the high school level, it's still like a lot of times these are the kids you have. You're not recruiting.
Yeah.
We don't use the R word recruit. No, we don't. But we sway them to want to enroll in our campus.
There you go.
Dom, I'm wondering, like, with a Sunbelt conference where you're at, mid-major, everybody knows, right? Sunbelt. It's a very popular name. Do you hear chatter with your sphere of influence that it's just kind of one and done land now across the board? If a player shows this much hope to go play at a Power 4, is the talk that they're gone? I mean, is that just kind of what everybody has accepted?
For basketball, 100%.
Okay.
No one expects. I mean, for the second year in a row, every single first, second, and third team player from the Sun Belt has entered the portal.
Wow.
And most of them, I think all but 1 or 2 of them, did not return to the school that they left last year. And probably the same for this year. I mean, like something like baseball, where the Sun Belt could arguably be a power conference in baseball. No, those kids aren't necessarily leaving from year to year. Baseball programs in the Sun Belt actually pay pretty well, from what I hear, but basketball can't pay. I think the team that didn't even win it all paid the most out, which is apparently South Alabama. But yeah, these kids, a lot of them are coming from JUCOs in Mobile, the deeper South, actually, kind of and kind of building their careers back up if they didn't make it at the highest level of D1 or never got their shot to start with. And like you guys had said earlier, kind of building their way up. And again, they see those dollar signs. And like you said, if it's a family that didn't come from a ton of money and they see $100,000 on the table or something, I think that would be a lot for a Sunbelt guy, to be honest with you. But, I mean, maybe 60,000. I mean, that's a yearly salary for someone at an entry level job. Why would you not take that? Right.
Yeah.
And guys talking about coaching, even if you do good in this environment, you're going to get fired. You look at Virginia, their women's basketball coach took their team to the Sweet 16 from the first 4 and still fired their coach.
I mean, she didn't have a great record there, though. I mean,
no, but I mean, you do that. You take your team from the first 4
so it's
to
like,
the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
at least
we're gonna get somebody.
Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but
was
fire in the
probably
middle of that.
Here's another one.
Sam?
The head women's basketball coach from Tennessee. She came over from Marshall. She had a successful year at Marshall the year before, came over to Tennessee. Her entire roster has left and entered the portal. And 2 of the highest rated recruits that were supposed to come into the school next year have decommitted. And now they're talking about firing her because they really almost don't have any other choice. They don't have a roster to play with next year. Obviously, there's time. There's plenty of people in the portal. But then, where's the problem at? Do all these players want to quit on their coach, or is the coach not great? I don't know, but that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, I think Tennessee has 1 player committed, and that's it.
I was reading that too.
Yeah, Sam, to your point, her record was 70-58, including a 29-42 mark in ACC play. She was getting fired before the tournament. That job was gone already.
And then maybe the players to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, maybe the players were playing for her. You know what I mean? 29-42 in conference. If your school is remotely, serious about winning, is not a good record.
Yeah.
Unless you're in the SEC.
It means more here.
Gates, totally. I was just going to bring up like regionality to this whole thing. There's a lot higher population area in the southern area of the country than up here in Boise, let's say, right? I mean, far more players are interested in playing sports down south and in California than Northwest or North Central America. And so
because of the cold.
Yeah, it's because it's not cold.
It's weather driven, it's population driven, it's interest in life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid that's coming from North Dakota State, he talked about Boise being similar to Fargo, North Dakota. That's not Miami. That's not, some of the major schools where you get 112,000 players at a football game. There are cities that don't even have that are hosting college games. So that's just a whole nother perspective to this whole thing.
That's a good point. Yeah, you also talk about something that doesn't have anything to do with sports is a great point. Like the cities and the places where these people are going there's lots of business, right? Like it's because the dollar signs are there outside of the sport, right? Like these are the towns now that they're playing in that the whole town doesn't shut down for a high school football game anymore because there's too much stuff going on. But places just outside of Boise or just outside Fargo, North Dakota, yeah, it's the only thing going on and everybody's there and everybody loves it. It's gonna be hard to beat that stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard to beat, Three Nations Brewing Company.
I'm glad you went that direction because
I'm gonna crack open my last Mystic Seltzer. Actually, think I got more.
He keeps eating those gummies. It will be hard to beat.
This might be appropriate time for your disclaimer. So,
ladies and gentlemen, here at Bourbon Beer and Basketball, for the last time this season, we do not condone drug use. It's just funny when Sam does it because they're pillable.
See, what's funny is after our episode last week, and we talked about pills and gummies and all that, my peelable gummies. I got popped for random today, so thank you, a-holes, for making that happen.
Gee.
So I'm currently in the market for clean pee. But anyway,
2 weeks off.
You don't take pregnant women pee for those, though.
Did you just assume my gender?
I hear Tiger Woods isn't busy.
You don't want his pee.
No, you don't know what's in there.
So this is basically a grape soda with alcohol, and it's great. It's grape. See what I did there? Three Nations Brewing Company, Carrollton, Texas. Great friend of the show. Hooked Yates and I up with a bunch of beer a while back, and then made us pay for everything after that.
Oh yeah,
double.
But still,
double.
Yeah, but still, great company. They got a nice little burger stand. They do more than burgers, but their burgers are great over there. Carrollton, Texas. You might as well just make a day out of it. Last week I featured some beer from Nederland, from the dang it, y'all help me out. You know it.
All I hear is the dial-up sound of loading.
It's coming. Has the pug.
It's pretty good, Casey.
Hold on. I'll find it real quick.
The 90s never go away, do they?
Dude, kids have no idea. You know what I mean? We had to earn
how
it.
the internet used to be on a CD.
Right.
Yes. 53 minutes.
Mom, get off the phone. I need to get on the internet.
So Buxton Brewing Company in Nederland, Texas. They have great beer, all kinds of awards all over their wall. So if you come to Texas, there's some great breweries. You got Carbach in Houston. Again, wherever it's blacked out, picture it's green. But that's the Hopadilla IPA. You've got Three Nations Brewing Company in Carrollton. You've got Buxton and Nederland. You've got Backstory Brewing Company in Sulphur Springs, Texas. You got Oil Horse in Longview, Texas. Yates, I mean, all over the DFW area.
All over.
Great
Yeah.
breweries.
Armor up in Allen. You've got Community down in Dallas. Tups in McKinney. Martin House out in Fort Worth. Yeah, there's a lot around here.
You got the Southern Star Brewing Company in Conroe. You've got the Lone Pint Brewery in Magnolia, Texas. I mean, just all kinds. Just come to Texas if you like breweries because they're all over the place, and most of them are good. There's some that I haven't mentioned on here because they're just not good. But if you find one of those,
But keep being a friend of the show.
no. I haven't even brought them on the show. So
Never mind.
That must be really bad.
Yeah.
It must be real bad.
Yeah.
let's just. Oh, I take that back. I did bring one beer from them on the show, but their other beers were good, and we're not going to talk about the turn down for what because
You loved it so much.
I had
And
to chug it
hurt
to
your
get through.
feelings that you can't have it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway. All right. So who wants to talk some more?
I got nothing.
Well, Casey, we talked about Notre Dame earlier. We're going to get back to you, Casey. Hold on. Nick Pop says Nick needs to list his coffee and soda brands.
Good call.
Well, this during our 14 episodes, I drank a lot of K cups from Albertsons, their signature brand. They're high quality, low cost, and then also I was able to spotlight the rebrand of Slice coming in. The brand was purchased and then rebranded as a pre and probiotic. They have several different flavors. They have grape, orange, lemon, lime, cola. Did I say orange?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are really good. I don't drink a lot of carbonated soft drinks, but I enjoyed those.
Yeah. You said that you're going to update us on how it helped, or not necessarily helped, but if it affected your running at all. Did it affect your running at all with the carbonation?
No, it didn't. But I know from experience, just with my own personal experience, if I were to go heavy on carbonated drinks, for me it just doesn't go. But that might be different for a lot of other people. But but it didn't. So
it helped your bike tires stay on, though, right?
It did, yeah. Yep. Yep. I got back on the saddle this week after I had a horrific accident right before the Notre Dame game when we went down there, and I was been too scared to jump back on the bike, but I did it, and I went for a 23 miler yesterday.
Dang.
Pop also wants to know about the water spot that used to sponsor the other show.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, what was that? Oxygen water.
Yep.
That gave me some really good results. Consuming that product. Unfortunately, they weren't able to continue to sponsor the other show, but I'll just put a plug out there. You can find oxygenated water in all your Walmarts.
Is it just like extra oxygen within the drink?
Yeah, it's like I think they market it as like a it's like got 3 molecules of oxygen instead of 2.
Ah.
High quality H2O.
Yeah, that literally is high quality H2O.
It's pretty good.
It's from a glacier.
Do we still have that that graphic on one of the other brands, Nick? or did you
Uh,
take it out?
Yeah, I think they exited the Serving Bronco Nation directory.
Okay. We're gonna take you guys on a quick trip down. Cool. I'm gonna see if it's over here. Everyone's still here. You only see 2 people, but everyone's still here. I'm gonna see if the overlays are still here, Nick, so that they can see. I don't see the overlays on that one. All right, we'll get back over here.
What are we doing, man?
No more
It
gummies.
works.
Damn.
Whatever you
We're
want
back.
to do. It
No more gummies.
No more gummies.
I was looking for the oxygen water brand label so Dom could see it and
Oh,
anybody could see it. So that
so I
they
don't
can-
need to shout out Sam's job. Sam's job.
No, I am fine.
So it was Yates
yeah.
that reported him last week.
And I'll do it again.
You know, we just kind of took you down memory lane with how very basic Nick and I started versus to where we are now. So it's kind of cool. Kind of cool to go down there and see. And I actually went back and was going through and clearing out some space on my hard drives and stuff, going, wow, we were really bad before compared to now. I mean, obviously back then we thought we were great. But
Sure. Just like anything, you get better
Yeah.
with time.
Is Nick frozen to anybody else, or is it just me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's frozen.
All right.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We
we
can
can
hear
hear
you,
you.
though.
Frozen and blurry.
Okay.
You're frozen and blurry. Yeah.
I'm
Sounds
trying
like
to
a
mess
test or
around with
something.
stuff, so that's probably what's going on here.
I took us down memory lane, and you had to stay back there and relive it a little more.
Yep. I stayed. We're unique like everyone else.
Yeah. All right. For those that don't know, Nick and I, we co-host Bronco Nation Live every Thursday night right here. Tomorrow night we have what's his name, Nick? I get it wrong every time.
We have Damari Wheeler Thomas from my North Dakota State Bison from the Summit League. Damari averaged 14.5 points per game, 3.5 assists per game. Some people called him a combo guard. He did not like that. He is a point guard, but when you have that much talent and the points flow through you, you kind of look like a combo guard, but definitely a point guard. He had offers from Cincinnati, High Point, and West Virginia, but he chose Boise State. It reminded him of Fargo. I can relate with that because I spent some time up in North Dakota in the oil fields. So I get it. I like the weather here in Boise. It's not as brutal. None of those 75 below nights that I used to work in. So, we're going to have him on our show tomorrow at 7:00 Mountain Time. I think he's going to be a great addition to the Broncos.
All right. Okay, back to you, Casey. we talked about Notre Dame and their stuff. You came in third in our draft challenge here. You got St. Louis and VCU both winning in the tournament for you, which was enough points to get you where you're at. What do you take away from, or excuse me, Casey, you had a High Point in Miami. My bad. Gummies. High Point in Miami, both winning in the tournament to get you your 12 points. What do you take away from your draft picks this year?
Luck. I mean, Miami kind of ended up, faltering there at the end of the season, and the play-in game, they shot lights out, but yeah, it was kind of a fluke. And then High Point, I mean, jeez, like I expected them to play well, but not that well. I mean, they were a lot of fun to watch. I'll be honest with you, but as far as I don't know, I mean, it's kind of like next year, like without the Big East being on the list, it's going to be a crapshoot. I mean, got to dive into the transfer portal this year and see where we go from there. It's a whole new game next year.
Yeah.
Excuse me, what was that statement about what not being on the list?
Oh yeah, you missed that. Big East is off the draft table.
Hold on now. Wait, I misheard you because I'm allergic to BS.
No.
I've already drafted them.
So since you have the first pick,
I'm not redrafting. It's like being last again.
I said might be off the list. We have to rethink it.
It's Sam pushing the goalposts farther back.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Is this a vote among the committee here? Because
I don't like losing, and as long as the Big East is still there.
This would be like if your commissioner was the head of the selection committee and your team got in at the last second
I'm
or
saying,
something.
like, it's like having two coaches on the committee.
Well, if you guys think about it, Pac-12 will be a conference, a mid-major, and also Mountain West. So, anything can happen.
Mountain West is going to get one in next year.
I just had PTSD, Yates. Sounds like Sam is the AD for Arkansas, and if you beat them bad enough, they shun you out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It all makes sense now. Hey, Yates, what's his works number? I'll call tomorrow.
Pop quiz, man.
It's all right. I have till the 16th to do it. All right. Yeah.
Little does he know his boss is watching.
All right. Let's go with. So Casey was 3. We already talked about Nick. Who was the second? No, Casey was second. Dom was 3. That's what it is. There we go. Dominic.
Send me some gummies.
Yeah. What's your takeaway on your season and how you drafted?
Well, I mean, I think I started off fairly well with the draft. I thought I've, picked conferences. One I kind of liked, and two, we're going to do decent. But then when it came tournament time, guys really let me down. Troy being the biggest one, obviously, because of being a Sun Belt guy and hoping for them to get their first victory, and they lost by 30 points to Nebraska. I mean, one of those teams was going to win their first NCAA tournament game of ever, and it was Nebraska. So congrats to them. But yeah, no, I think it was fun to draft. I think it was a different aspect to what can be done with the college basketball season to kind of make it interesting, and a good way for us to divide it up for people to kind of see who has which teams, and a little easier for everyone to digest when each person is individually breaking down a conference instead of all of us trying to cover everything from every corner of NCAA basketball, because there's just far too many teams for us to all try and take part in that.
Yeah. And of course, I came in 4th. It was a fun draft. I ended up having the tied with Nick for the most extra teams, with Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and Santa Clara getting in. Nick had St. John's, UConn, and Villanova. Unfortunately, Santa Clara, St. Mary's both laid an egg in the first round, and Gonzaga just couldn't get out of the round of 32 again. So I thought I had a good strategy, but it came up just short. And if I just had one more win, I'd been tied with Casey for second. But no, whatever. So, but it was good fun. I mean, next year we'll have the draft order. I'll be 4th pick. So I won't get that third spot. But what's funny is the guy who picked second finished fifth and didn't get any extra teams in the tournament. Josh, how do you feel about your season?
Broncos, baby. Let's go. Listen, my Mountain West made it just as far as the West Coast Conference, I believe. So
Yeah.
shout out Utah State and Mason Falslev coming back to Utah State. That blew my mind because I had heard he was getting offers big time from elsewhere. So that's a huge, huge keep for Utah State as we move into the Pac-12 here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, no, I liked the format. I thought it was cool that we all had kind of different. It gave me a chance to dive into conferences I wouldn't normally see and pay attention to. So that was kind of fun. Call me a homer, call me whatever you want. I love North Carolina basketball. It's always going to be a passion. But as I get older, I see this weird sense of good versus evil in the world forming. And I feel like Boise State is kind of in the middle of mix along with some of the Dom Sunbelt teams. We're truly forming a college basketball, college football world of can we survive in this landscape? So honestly, that truly is why I took the Mountain West. I just root for these teams, and and that's what it came down to. I would have liked to have seen Utah State make a further run. I thought they played great against Arizona. I am excited for them, even though I'm not a fan of their team. I do root for the underdogs anytime I get a chance. If you're a BSU fan, that has been our lifeline for the last 20 years. And listen, I remember over 30 years ago now, Pokey Allen riding in on a horse to try to get fan interest. As a kid, that memory sticks with me so deeply. And I think Pokey Allen's death truly is one of the first memories I have of sadness as a kid and realizing how big an impact a person can have on such a small, tight-knit community. I don't mean to preach on this, but I am cheering for all underdogs right now in this landscape because I want us to survive. I want the Boise States and the Appalachian States to be able to compete on the level that all those other schools get to compete at. And so that really drove my Mountain West Conference decision to be fully disclosed on that.
So you don't know this yet, but for coming in second to last, your punishment is you have to root for and cover religiously Duke all next year.
Did I announce I'm retiring from Bourbon Beer and Basketball too? Oh man, I meant to save that for later. Yeah.
All right, and Yates, the last shall be first,
I mean,
and the first shall be last.
Yeah,
I'm
because it was
fairly
snake
certain
draft, that's why.
That's how you know drafts are biblical, just because of that.
So
Pastor Sam preaching.
Chat GPT did its thing. I tried my best. There were no good options after the Big East.
The MEAC was right there.
Yeah, I mean the SWAC was right there. I was happy Prairie View got in, and then they kept it close with Florida, only losing by about 60. I had a pretty good point spread. My teams were a negative 141 in this tournament. Hawaii showed up, and they were there a little bit. UNI, they sure did, and USF was the only one that gave anybody a chance. And
they actually did,
and they blew it. Anyway,
and lost their coach.
Yeah, then they lost their coach. But then they got a pretty good one. So
yeah, that's true.
Overall, man, this was a really fun little challenge here. Especially getting to step out of the realm of comfortability and looking at some of the different conferences. I can't tell you too many times I've checked out an Ivy League game that wasn't already just Harvard and Yale playing in their conference championship. They're always fun, like Princeton, those are always fun to watch, but you don't really get to cover them as much. And then some of those teams, like out in the Big West, seeing like a UC Irvine was a really exciting team to watch this year. So I really liked it. Look forward to next year getting the number 1 pick with the Biggies. Definitely still in there. But
Josh, are you going to stick with the Mountain West next year if, as the number 2 pick?
What's the phrase? Hell no. Wait, where are you putting the Pac-12 in this?
They're definitely going to be a high major. Like they're like, you know where the Big Ten is this year? They're going to be above them.
Okay. I saw Gonzaga too early top 25 coming in at number 21. So, but St. John's number 19 in the too early 25. So,
I think if a conference has any team in the top 25, preseason top 25, they won't be in the draft.
Oh, Gonzaga's probably like 26 then. So,
darn.
No, we'll get it.
Guess I'll get the Ivy League with my first pick next year.
No, we're actually going to go next year. The draft is going to be the week before the first conference games start. We'll do it that way. That way you got all of the preseason to figure out who you want to pick. So
fair.
Who knows? The Pac-12 could suck next year, and Gonzaga lay an egg, and everybody else just beating up on everybody else. Just be a terrible conference.
They did lose some big time players at Gonzaga, so I'm curious to see how Mark Few comes through in the next 6 months.
Yep. All right. Well, we've already kind of done some brand shout outs, but let's go real quick around the table. Say your final thoughts, your final piece. We'll start with Nick, and just when Nick's done, we'll go Dominic, Josh, Yates, Casey, and then I'll wrap it up. Your final thoughts, fellas. Go for it.
I really enjoyed this, all 14 of these episodes. I want to again apologize to UConn. I jumped off the wagon, and they proved me wrong, and they made that run to the national championship. Little ticky tack on those fouls, but hey, props to Michigan. As far as the brand, the cool thing about this show is I covered the Summit League, and it kind of the chickens came home to roost. As we mentioned, tomorrow we're going to have Damari Wheeler Thomas on the show because he came to my favorite team, the Boise State Broncos. So really beneficial this show's been. If it hadn't been for this, I wouldn't know so much about Damari. So if you're watching the replay on this or you're watching right now, check us out, 7:00 Mountain Time, Bronco Nation Updates, YouTube.
Nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed being a part of the initial show with you guys for football, even though my team got their ass kicked. But, you know, the basketball stuff, I am not the biggest basketball purist or expert, but to hear and interact with you guys has made me take note of different people, different teams, different conferences. So it's just really enlightened me even further, and hopefully we're kind of doing that for the viewer as well. So yeah, I had a really good time. I did win the bracket challenge. I didn't win the conference draft. I did point out the fact that I didn't think Arizona and Michigan would be the great game everyone thought it was. I said it was going to be possibly like a 10-point spread or more, and I was right, except for the fact that I picked Arizona to win and not Michigan. But yeah, no, that was kind of how my season ended because Arizona was my pick to win it all. But maybe I'll try a little harder next season.
Nice. Yeah, I just truly shout out to you 5. I mean, like, I have not met any of you in person, but truly feel like I have 5 new brothers in this whole world, and it's just been awesome to get to chat with some of you. And Nick, I know you and I have connected on the phone a couple times here, and it's been really cool to jump back into the sports world. It's been a missing part of my soul for several years now because I got so wrapped up in the political world with everything. But this college basketball season has brought me back, and my 7-year-old son won our little family friends bracket for the second time in a row, and to watch him be excited about college basketball. Nothing better in life than seeing your own kids start to develop a passion for something that you have a passion for as well. So if you've got kids out there and you're watching the show, get them involved in things. Don't let apathy be a thing that sets into your kid's soul. Get them involved in something that makes them come alive. Because watching my 7-year-old raise his hands in triumph over Michigan winning, and we're a Carolina family, nothing better in life. So Sam, appreciate you inviting me and letting me join this whole thing. And Dom, I want to come out to Chapel Hill and hang with you. And I know I didn't realize your hatred for UNC until the last couple of weeks, but I'm bringing you a Carolina shirt, brother. It's gonna happen.
I've married a woman who's a big Carolina fan because her dad went to school there. So it's a little bit less of a real hatred now, but it used to be very strong. So
okay,
but come on out, man. I'll gladly host you.
Brilliant woman, and you're a brilliant man for marrying the brilliant woman.
There you go.
There it is. I mean, basketball. So something that I always say anytime anybody asks me about the game or any of that is that the ball has magic in it. It brings people together from all over the place. Hey, we're talking right now in Idaho, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Texas, so great to connect with everybody. A lot of fun, great beers. Yeah, so look forward to it again coming up next season.
Well, touching on what Josh said, yeah, it's been awesome doing this with you guys. Did it with Dom, Nick, and Sam for football, and yeah, if you guys do hockey, I mean, football is where I'm at. Like, I want to talk with Sam at some point about maybe doing something for the draft, even though it's only 2 weeks out. But yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that college sports find a way to equalize and balance everything out, because this whole thing is not sustainable. Man, is it fun to talk about. So yeah, I'm hoping next year, we all have better news to talk about, because Josh being a UNC fan, Yates is an Arkansas fan. I think they're going to be on the up and up still.
We're gonna break my heart. That's what we do.
Football has a way of doing that too, but basketball.
It's because football's stupid.
Yeah. Although I will say, Yates, the last time somebody said about there being magic in a ball, there was Magic Johnson and everybody got AIDS.
Not everybody.
It was over 100 women. Like, that man's list was long.
It was a lot.
And he was married.
Oops.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's the magic.
Told you. That ball had some sort of magic in it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, fellas, this has been truly a great experience, and for sure, if anybody wants to be on a draft show, I'd invite every one of you. We'll sit around on air and maybe sit and watch the entire first round of the draft, and then figure out, kind of maybe speculate who's going to be drafted later on and stuff. I'm open to that. Anybody that wants to join me. Well, we can talk about that a little bit later. But as far as this show, getting to go around and drink at the different breweries on purpose, and not just because it's the only thing to do in the town that you're in, it's been fun. I mean, I don't drink to get drunk. I don't hardly ever get buzzed, really, unless it's a Wednesday night. And
10-pointers.
yeah, a Wednesday night with 10-pointers. So, but I've had fun with this show. I've had fun highlighting the different breweries, locals, and I just hope this show gets one day gets to where we're housing hundreds of thousands of people. Maybe not hundreds of thousands, but at least 1,000 plus people tuning in to watch, and we get some of those big time sponsorships coming in and make the show really worth it for everybody, both on the screen and those watching. But I've got big dreams for this platform, and I just hope that they come true. And you guys have really made these last 14 weeks super fun. Nick, thank you for pulling me out of the group and elevating me up to this level, and then it just kind of took off from there. I know we've talked about it before. Nick, he just said, "Hey, you want to do your cheer guides?" I used to do cheer guides for the Boise State football team to figure out where they, uh, who we wanted to win and lose to get Boise State ranked higher in the CFP to get the best seating. And Nick said, "Hey, you want to do these live instead of just posting them in the group?" I'm like, you know what? Sure, I could do that. Uh, but yeah, I just loved every minute of it. We've grown so much from here. We went from just a plain blue background to all these different cool backgrounds, and it's just been a fun experience. And each and every one of you make it that way, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I'm thankful for the viewers. I'm thankful for the guys on TikTok and ladies on TikTok. The ones that are looking on, let's see, we got people from X and YouTube and Facebook are on right now. And so I just appreciate every single one of you. It takes a village, and I'm glad to be your leader on this show anyway. uh, but yeah, as far as what's in the future after this show, Dominic and I, we talked about doing a little hockey recorded blurb thing. Casey, if you want to be a part of that, we can make it a threesome. Yeah, that got his attention.
You had me at 3.
Yeah, well, the only reason I say that, I'm thinking about calling it the hat trick. So, I mean, 3 guys talking about 3 different topics in the NHL. I mean, yeah, we're coming up on playoff time that I didn't know was playoff time till Dominic said it. That tells you how much I follow. But I can learn quick. So I'm not a hockey fan. I remember my first hockey game like it was yesterday. It was the Idaho Steelheads. So
Nice.
I don't know who they were playing, so I guess I was lying. I don't really remember it that well. I remember that first goal being scored and a fish being thrown on the ice. I'm like, do they do that everywhere? My dad says, nope, just here. 2 weeks later, they turned the rink into a boxing ring, and I watched a boxing match. So that was kind of cool. Anyway, I digress. So we do have that different stuff coming up. If you want to watch it and be a part of it, if you want to be part of everything going on here, Bronco Nation updates on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell for the notification so you see whenever we go live. Tune into the show or don't. I mean, it's up to you. I do have a new series, Sam Talk Short, coming up. I actually have the first episode out. It's going to be a semi-daily series, 2 to 3 minute videos about the top sports news of the day. So it's also going to be on the YouTube channel. So check it out there. I might actually have it on TikTok as well, but for now it's just on YouTube. And again, catch us every Thursday night, Nick and I, right here as well. Bronco Nation updates for Bronco Nation Live. We don't, or we cover mainly Boise State stuff, but we have a lot of people, including tomorrow night after we conclude Bronco Nation Live, we will have Doc Haskell, the Boise State esports coach. They are at the PEC National Championships this week, and we have the exclusive interview with Doc Haskell. Will be airing not live, but it will be airing right after Bronco Nation Live tomorrow night. So I see everyone dancing on their screens like they really have to pee because of all the beer they've been drinking. So we will wrap this up here. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in. Thank you, everyone who's joined the show, commented on the show, and just made this the success it's been. We all appreciate you, every one of us on the screen. I appreciate every one of you on the screen, and look forward to next year, next season, and any other show you guys want to be a part of. So, again, thank you. Stay safe. Until next time.
Thanks, Sam.